Have you ever felt trapped, outnumbered, powerless, and exhausted, like the enemy has already won? Have you ever been told to just have faith while your heart is screaming, but I'm running out of strength? The Book of Judith is for that moment, when fear is loud, help seems late, and you're tempted to give up. Welcome to Bible Wisdom Collective, a space for Bible storytelling and quiet wisdom for real life. Today, we're not just retelling Judith. We're pulling out the lessons that meet you in your anxiety, your waiting, and your battles. Lessons from Judith 1. When you feel pressured to give up, don't put deadlines on God. The people of Bethulia were desperate enough to set a time limit for God's help. Judith 7:30-31. Judith confronts that mindset and refuses to treat God like a last-minute option. She reminds them not to test God. Judith 8:12-13. Lesson. In crisis, the temptation is to bargain. God, if you don't act by Friday, I'm done. Judith teaches us to surrender the timeline without surrendering hope. 2. Your strongest move may be prayer before action. Judith doesn't rush to prove herself. She kneels first. Her long prayer shows where her courage is forged. Judith 9:1-14. Lesson. Prayer isn't a delay. It's how God steadies your mind, purifies your motives, and gives you strength you can't manufacture. 3. God can use the person everyone underestimates. Judith is a widow, socially small, politically insignificant, yet she becomes the turning point for a whole nation. Judith 8:4-6, 8:32-34. Lesson. If you feel overlooked, like your voice doesn't matter, Judith is proof that God often chooses the underestimated to expose the arrogance of power. 4. Courage is moving forward while your fear is still there. Judith walks into the enemy camp knowing the risk. Judith 10:1-3, 10:11-13. She doesn't wait until she feels brave. She obeys while afraid. Lesson. Biblical courage is not no fear. It's faith strong enough to take one step anyway. 5. Stay faithful even in hostile spaces. Judith maintains discipline and devotion even while surrounded by the enemy, guarding her integrity. Judith 12:1-9. Lesson. You can carry holiness into dark places. Your environment doesn't get the final vote over your identity. 6. The turning point often comes quietly, not dramatically. The decisive moment happens not on a battlefield, but in a silent tent, after Holofernes becomes careless. Judith 12:16-20. Judith prays for strength. Judith 13:4, and acts decisively. Judith 13:7-8. Lesson. God's deliverance may look small in the moment, but it can break the power of what's been threatening you for years. 7. Give God the glory, then return to humility. After victory, Judith leads the people in praise. Judith 16:1-17, and then returns to a quiet life, not chasing power or fame. Judith 16:21-25. Lesson. Winning doesn't mean you become proud. Real victory produces gratitude, not self-worship. If you're in a season where you feel outmatched, unheard, or tired, Judith's story whispers, God can still deliver, and He can still use you. Not when you feel strong, but when you choose to trust. If this spoke to your heart, please subscribe to Bible Wisdom Collective. We're building a gentle place for people who are fighting quiet battles and need scripture to feel close again. Like the video, share it with someone who's discouraged, and comment, which lesson do you need most right now? I read your comments, and I'm praying these stories bring you strength.